Okay, we're going to eat into our coffee break a little bit by taking about 5 minutes for questions. According to Joseph, there is a prize up for steak. So any volunteers from the audience?
Yes, Aldo Norsa from the University of Venice. As you know, we're having a series of earthquakes in central Italy, and a number of towns are being evacuated. The buildings are built out of masonry, and of course, during time, because of local masons, they did mostly wrong what they did. Now, we've heard here from Ron Klemencic and Mark Sarkisian some reference to seismic design. Do you have something to say about masonry? And I wanted to add that the two tall buildings you see are in Milan and Turin, and fortunately, our major cities, except Naples, are not seismic.
Thanks for your question. I think that one of the unique characteristics of masonry is that it's actually quite brittle. And you can increase its ductility by reinforcing it maybe within or maybe more importantly behind. So, this idea of resilience and trying to improve behavior, I think that the idea of using systems that combine with masonry, I think are the answers to that. So you can take buildings that have reinforcements that have systems like the ones that we talked about that'll help improve performance, still keep the character of the buildings, which we believe is really important. But masonry alone is difficult as a material to create this kind of ductility. And in the cases that we're talking about, we're really trying to keep the building from really being damaged at all, right? So that's the goal. Can we keep it from being damaged at all? So my recommendation is let's try to figure out ways to introduce supplemental systems that help us, that aren't intrusive, right? Because a lot of these buildings have historic character. So it's a challenge, and we certainly feel for what's happening in Italy to the people in particular to these events, because we know around the world this is it's very relevant to what we're faced with design.
Anything wrong?
I might just add that in some of the cities on the west coast of the United States, it's been a matter of public policy that some of the unreinforced masonry buildings are required to be upgraded because of similar kinds of performance in the past. So the notion of it being legislated by policymakers is not unheard of. In fact, it's been done regularly on the west coast.
Any other questions?
Derek Skolnick, Kinemetrics. My question is for Joseph on the Taipei 101. The title of your talk was Building on Unprecedented Performance, right? One thing that strikes me as unprecedented is the branding of a structural component, the damper baby, right? So I've got actually two questions. One is, besides the tourism and the observation deck, how does having something like that improve the building's worth? And second, do you think it can be repeated for other buildings like that have unique attributes? Like, for example, this morning we saw the Torah Reforma building in Mexico City, and they highlight the structural connection of the columns at the ground floor, or the diagonal braces. They want to show that off. So that could be branded, I don't know, Charlotte's Spider or something like that. Do you think that could actually work? And what are the real benefits?
Okay, thank you for the question. Structural-wise, we are now as we are. So as I stated, my expertise, I'm an economist. I'm not really a architect or anything else. So I'm thinking about presenting Taipei 101 in many possible ways. So as I show you from one of the little cute decorated gift pack, that we try to make this wind damper not as part of the structure, but as an ambassador to educate people. We try to leverage our LEED success, our certification, recertification, as part of our identity. So it's over a process of time, it's over a period of time. We are re-identifying ourselves to be something more. And as you go along the way, you communicate to a larger audience and they get feedback, they send feedback to you, just like your recommendation or your opinions. Now, so when I go back, I will consider it. Are there many more ways that we can improve in many sense? As a matter of fact, energy performance is up to certain limit for us. So but presenting yourself as with new brand identity has no limit. So the major challenge comes from two sides. One is, are we able to improve our energy performance even like by 25%? That would be a major challenge. But improve our brand identity up to 50%, still very highly possible. So I think I need to talk to you more, and I will give you one of these, up to your choice. And I will collect the feedback. And next year by this time, I think I can, provide many new innovation, probably in cultural sense, not in structural sense.
Okay, good. So we have a winner, right?
We do.
All right, excellent.
We do.